over in Italy as Napoli suffer a shock defeat this past weekend. Who am I talking about? We'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again on another picture video today. It's all about match day number 16, that's right, over in Serie A. We'll get to that in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe and one-stop shop for Italian football, Blackburn Rovers, world football. We're going to all hear under one Ruski. That's right, Napoli come into this match day in second spot, that's right, behind Atalanta. Goodness gracious me, we've had an absolute fantastic start to this campaign and could actually be title contenders. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Of course, if you're new, where you've been, hit the old subscribe. And of course, big shout out to the members. You know who you are. And a big shout out to the patrons. That's right. Of course, continue to support the channel. But right here, right now, what we're going to do is look back at those last weekend's games, then kick them forward to the Superbru, and then, of course, into the next weekend's drama. So sit tight, hold on, because here we go. Alrighty then, folks, let's take a look back at those last round of games, and here they come. That's right. Internazionale with a big 3-1 win over Parma, as predicted. Atalanta also scooping a good 2-1 win over AC Milan, as called as well. Genoa, Torino, 0-0. I went with the 1-1. Juventus, though, dropped points themselves at home to Thiago Motta's old club, Bologna, who saw that one coming. Meanwhile, Claudio Ranieri's Roma with a big 4-1 win over Lecce, called it. Meanwhile, Fiorentina also with a big win over Cagliari. That's right, continuing their amazing start to the season. Meanwhile, Empoli, big winners for them on the road against Verona. Venezia and Como couldn't be separate with a 2-2 draw. There it is there. Of course, Napoli losing to Lazio, and then Monza losing to Udinese in a bit of a hectic schedule at the end of the weekend in Italy. Meanwhile, the table looks like this, guys. As you see, it's Atalanta 2 points clear over Napoli, who are 1 point clear over Inter, who do have a game in hand. If they were to win that game in hand, they would probably squeeze into second and maybe even top spot themselves. Fiorentina also have a game in hand as well. So let's see, of course, take a closer look at this when those games come to a level pegging there. So it is going to be an absolute title race bonanza. Anyone from first to fifth can be top at the end of this weekend, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Going down, those Venezia, Monza, and Verona, with Como, Lecce, Cagliari, Genoa, even Parma still within striking distance of getting into those drop zones, of course. But that's the situation over there. Meanwhile, over in the Superbru, take a look at it. It's Alex Weller with a 13.5 points haul this past weekend. Vinny Hung up there alongside him with 13. Zandus up there with 12. Summer 2018. O'Connor also up there in 12. I thought I did okay. Got 9.5. That's not great, but it'll do for just now. If you do see your name in there, please smash your like, smash your subscribe, boys and girls. This is, of course, the current leaderboard. It is Summer 2018, running away with it with 162.5 points. He's level, in fact, with Raymond Renington, who technically is down one spot to number 2. Jake Harmon up there in bronze. Junior's up there as well. And then the chasing pack. I am in 15th. Not bad, not bad. And within 20 points or so of getting into that power number 1 spot. We'll see. It's going to be a title race there as well, just like it is in the league. And once again, if you see your name in there, please smash the old subscribe. All right, then, if you want to get involved, this is the link right here, right now. It is 100% free. And of course, no time like the present, because we are looking straight at these games, of course, coming at you this coming weekend, starting with Friday, the 13th. That's right, Empoli up against Torino. Goodness gracious me. Let's take a look at it then, shall we? That's right. Empoli, on the back of that big win, they're actually flying high in 10th right now. 90 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against Torino, winless in the last 6. They are 12th, 16 points for the campaign at the moment. Of course, played each other 32 times since the year 2000. 10 wins. Empoli, 9 wins. Torino, 13 draws between two sides. Coming at you at the Carlo Castellani. Last time they played at this venue was a 3-2 win for Empoli back in April 2024. That's right. Empoli are actually back-to-back games unbeaten against Torino. I'm picking up a win earlier in the season, back in September, a 2-1 win against Torino in the Coppa Italia, around a 32. Of course, Empoli on the back of successive wins. They even knocked out Fiorentina in the Coppa Italia, around a 16, to go through to the quarterfinals. Good run for them so far, so back-to-back wins for them. Meanwhile, Torino on the back of that draw against Genoa. Of course, the odds here, 29-20 is your Empoli, 21-10 is your Torino, 2-1 is your draw here. I think I'm going with a draw. I can't really separate the two sides at the moment. Empoli have got the better form. Torino, I think they've got something in them. But leaning towards Empoli when you look back at that recent run of events. Meanwhile, Cagliari up against Atalanta. on December the 14th, that's a Saturday, coming at you in Unipol Dumas, David Nicola, Cagliari, they are 15th in the table, 14 points for the campaign, just one win though in the last 6. Against Atalanta under Gianpiero Casperini, they are top of the table right now, 34 points for the campaign, but they're coming into this on the back of a defeat. We'll talk about that defeat in a minute. They're on 83% form, and they've played each other 42 times since 1993. 15 wins Cagliari, 20 wins Atalanta, 7 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 2-1 win for Cagliari. That's right, back in April 2024. Cagliari on the back of that 1-0 loss to Fiorentina. Atalanta did lose themselves in a 5-goal thrill against Real Madrid in the Champions League. When they come up against the big boys, they didn't deliver in the end. However, coming at you though, the odds here, 70-4 is your Cagliari, 5-3 on is your Atalanta, 16-5 is the draw. Despite that little hiccup this past midweek in the Champions League, going to go with Atalanta to win this one comfortably, 2-0 winners. Away from home. Meanwhile, Udinese up against former leaders Napoli, trying to get themselves back into prime time position. Costa Runjic, Udinese are in 9th for the table, 20 points for the campaign, just one win in the last 6. Up against Napoli under Antonio Conte, back-to-back defeats, 42% form for them right now. They sit 2nd in the table, 32 points for the campaign. They played each other 46 times since 1993, 9 wins, Udinese 23 wins, Napoli 14 draws between the two sides. The last time they played in Udinese, it was a 1-1 draw. In fact, back-to-back 1-1 draws at this very venue between these two clubs. Udinese, though, on the back of a 2-1 win over Monza. Napoli losing to Lazio in the cup and Lazio in the league in back-to-back games. Goodness gracious me. So Lazio have the upper hand mentally over over Napoli. Meanwhile, coming at you in this one, the odds here, we have 50-4 is your Udinese, 4-3 on your Napoli, 5-2 is, of course, the draw. Napoli will bounce back here. Of course, they will. 2-1 winners. It might not be pretty, but they'll have enough in the tank to get the W. Another one needing a W is Juventus up against Venezia this coming Saturday, December the 14th. Juve under Thiago Motta sits 6th right now, 27 points for the campaign. They are unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. However, 5 of those last 6 have been draws. Venezia, though, on the flip side, winless in the last 5, 25% form for them. They are rock bottom with 9 points for the season. Of course, played each other 8 times since 1999. 6 wins Juve, nothing for Venezia. 2 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, 2-1 win it was for Juventus way back in May 2022. Juventus, those draws against Milan, Villa, Lecce, and Bologna, of course, in quick succession. The last victory was against Torino at this venue. Venezia, though, on the back of a 2-2 draw against Como, which is, of course, a point better than nothing. The odds here, 11-4 on is your Juve, 7-1 is your Venezia, 50-4 is the draw here. We are going 2-0 winners, though. Juventus will get the win here at home. If they don't, questions need to be asked. Lecce up against Monza into Sunday, December the 15th. That's right. Via del Mare, the venue. Lecce under Marco Campiolo. 60 for the table. 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. Monza under Alessandro Nesta. They're 19th with just 10 points for the campaign. They are winners in the last 7 matches. Played 10 times since 1998. 3 wins Lecce, 2 Monza. 5 draws between the two sides, including back-to-back draws. 1 at Lecce, 1 at Monza. In fact, 3 of the last 4 between these two sides have ended up all square, with the only victory going in favour of Lecce when they were at Monza back in May 2023. The last time around, though, Lecce with a 4-1 loss to Roma, Monza losing as well to Udinese most recently. Both sides desperate for a win here. Lecce with a 64 is the odds here. 2-1 is your Monza. 2-1 is also the draw. It's one of them. Could go either way. Really could go either way. I am going down there, guys. Sorry, with a 0-0 draw. Can't separate the two sides in my eyes. Bologna, though, up against Fiorentina, who are also flying high right now. Renato D'Alia is the venue. Bologna under Vincenzo Italiano. They're on 58% form for them right now. 8 for the table, 22 points for the campaign. Getting some kind of form together right now. Unbeaten now in the last 3 matches. Fiorentina under Rafael Palladino. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. 67% form for them. And they are rocking 4th in the table with 31 points. Now, they played each other 45 times since 1996. Just 8 wins for Bologna, 20 wins for Fiorentina, 17 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 2-0 win for Bologna. In fact, the last 2 at this venue have gone in favour of the hosts. Bologna, though, 2-2 draw against Juventus most recently. Fiorentina with that 1-0 win over Cagliari. They are in action against Lecce in Europe. Bologna up against Benfica, also in Europe, in what is going to be a busy week for both sets of players and fans. Bologna, though, 70-10 for the victory, 7-4 is the away win, 21-10 is the draw. Looking at that, I do think it could be a draw, but I've gone Fiorentina, I'm pretty sure of it. But it does feel like it will be a draw at the very worst. But I'm going to back Fiorentina. They're the hot team right now, one of the hot teams. So I'm going to stick with my gut. But when you look at that, you look at the recent run of the games here, it does feel like it's going to be a draw. But I'm going to stick with my gut. Meanwhile, Parma against Verona coming at you right here, right now. Let's take a look at it. Parma under Fabio Peccia and they're playing at the Ino Tardini. Parma, 14th for the table, 15 points for the campaign, 2 wins of the last 6 up against Verona. Paolo Zanetti's boys, all the way down to 18th right now. They are desperate for a win. 12 points for the campaign, 4 defeats on the spin. They played each other 17 times since 1997. 6 wins Parma, 9 wins Verona. 2 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-0 win for Parma back in October 2020. Parma, of course, just the 1 win in the last 6 against them, and that was that last win at this venue. Parma on the back of that 3-1 loss to Internazionale. Verona, of course, losing to Empoli quite heavily. The bookies will probably go Parma here, 2017 on for the victory. 3-1 is your Verona, 11-4 is the draw. I might have gone draw again on here, but looks like Parma should win it. Going with a draw, going to stick to it again. Stick to it, 1-1 in the end. It's just the way they are right now. None of them are clicking in a gear. But I think Parma more likely to win. But I just got a sneaky feeling it will be a draw. Meanwhile, Como, they're up against Claudio Ranieri's Roma. That's right, come out of the Stadio Giuseppe Signalia. Question out there for all the Serie A goons or all the football brainiacs out there. Has Cesc Fabregas ever played for Claudio Ranieri in his time? Did he? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he's played for him. But anyway, it's got that feel about it. Padawan up against the Jedi. Como's Cesc Fabregas is the Padawan, 17th at the table, 12 points for the campaign. Winless in the last 8 matches up against Roma. 33% form for them right now. Just 1 win in the last 6. Big win. It was their most recent match. They are 11th in the table, 16 points for the campaign. Now they play each other just twice since 2002. 1 win apiece. Of course, the last time I played at this venue, it was a 2-0 win for Como back in January 2003. Como, though, on the back of successive draws, drawing with Monza and then Venezia. Roma, though, on the back of that 4-1 win over Lecce. The odds for this one, 21-10 is your Como, 27-20 is your Roma, 23-10 is the draw. I'm backing the master here, going with a 2-1 win for Roma. Get the big 3 points and maybe get Roma back on track for a mid-upper table sort of finish this campaign. Meanwhile, Milan up against Genoa. That's coming out show on Sunday, December the 15th. Milan under Paolo Fonseca are 7th in the table, 22 points for the campaign. Just 1 defeat though in the last 6 up against Genoa under Patrick Vieira. Have got a bit of form going now for Genoa. They're 13th for the table, 15 points for the campaign. They're unbeaten in the last 5. Now they played each other 37 times since 1993. 22 wins for Milan, 7 wins for Genoa. 8 draws between the two sides, including a draw last time at this venue. It was a 3-3 draw back in May 2024. Milan on the back of that 2-1 loss to Atalanta. Genoa on the back of that 0-0 draw against Torino. The odds for this one, though, this is a toughie. 10-3 on is your Milan, 50-2 is your Genoa, 92 is the draw. It's going to go in favour of Milan here, aren't we? But that form for Genoa is going to be a bit of a mental plus for Genoa. Of course, unbeaten in a good run of games there. They might be able to force a draw, but I'm going to go with AC Milan. That's the wise choice. But what a game we have on Monday, December the 16th. It is Lazio currently find themselves 5th at the table up against Internazionale, currently find themselves in 3rd. Coming at you at the Stadio Olimpico, Marco Baroni's boys. 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6 up against Simone Inzaghi's boys, also 75% form for them. And they have played each other 70 times since 1993. 23 wins, Lazio, 25 wins, Inter, 22 draws between the two sides, including the last time they played 1-1 draw at the Giuseppe Meazza back in May 2024. The last time they played at the Stadio Olimpico, though, 2-0 win it was for Internazionale back in December 2023. Lazio on the back of successive wins against Napoli, both of those, 1 in the cup and 1 in the league. Inter, though, on the back of that loss to Leverkusen, which of course is still ringing in their ears. 12-5 is your Lazio, 11-5 is the draw, 6-5 is your away win. That's Internazionale. Lazio have got the tails up right now. Good, strong wins over a heavyweight contender here. I think they will not lose this game. Going with a 2-0 win. Yes, I am. Believe in the Lazio. Could they bring the title back to Roma? Well, we'll have to find out. That is that. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, smash the like, of course. Hit the old thumbs up, of course. We'll be back for the next round of games, which will be another stone-packed weekend of action over in Italy. But until then, we're done.